Paramedic has taken to social media to express her frustration with drivers who cut her off on the job. Her post is boosting awareness about how you should properly treat an ambulance, including what to do even if the lights and sirens are off. Fox 7's Noelle Newton has that story.
It's a place you never want to be, the back of an ambulance. The atmosphere makes you anxious even without injury. The medical equipment, the stretcher, but as a patient,
you've got medics who are maybe poking and prodding on you, starting an IV, checking your blood sugar.
And as they stare into the lights above en route to the hospital, this happens.
So you see, even with just a slow tap, that kind of creates a jostling motion.
Austin Travis County EMS Commander Mike Benavides gives us a glimpse into what it's like when medics must respond to inattentive drivers. My reaction was to a very slight brake going less than 10 miles per hour. We are then taken through a sharper brake. It could easily knock you off your feet. I can only imagine what 70 miles per hour may feel like on the highway.
Our medics are professionals. They've got certain things in here like this to give them, and the rails to try to give them a handhold so that if they are having to stand, they have a way to brace themselves. You can see that a lot of things are padded, and they're padded for a reason.
On Friday, a medic who was obviously fed up with having to hit the brakes posted about her experience on Reddit. She said in part, "People of Austin, I've been cut off 3 times today. Ambulances need room to stop. Please be respectful in traffic and do not cut us off. Just because we don't have lights or sirens on doesn't mean someone isn't in the back."
It's been very interesting these last 72 hours.
As someone who has been both in the driver's seat and tending to patients for more than 2 decades, Benavides can understand the medic's plight, and he's happy the conversation has reemerged.
Driving alone is the most hazardous thing that we do on a day-to-day basis.
For the most part, drivers know to move over if the lights and sirens are activated. But Benavides says we should always make room for ambulances.
Just because it's not driving with lights and sirens on doesn't mean that there's not a patient in the back. In fact, there's probably an 80% chance that there is a patient in the back.
Benavides says those patients are hurting, and sometimes killing the lights is just to make the ride safer for all of us.
Provide public safety vehicles some space to maneuver and to do what they need to do.
Noelle Newton, Fox 7 News.
State law says drivers must yield the right-of-way to an emergency vehicle using audible and visual signals. Drivers must pull to the right side of the road and stop until the vehicle has passed. Now, EMS is not asking you to do that for an ambulance without lights. Just be courteous.